Good morning, and welcome to the Deal Room Live, the daily real estate deal tank powered by Titan Impact Group, a global leader in AI-driven real estate investing and funding, where the real estate world meets speed, precision, and profit. And bring us your deal so we can put it into our AI model that analyzes and structures real estate deals in minutes, generates all the docs you need to get the deal done, and gives you a verified, unbiased breakdown of due diligence report. The investors get the advantage of getting fully vetted AI analyzed deals that cut their due diligence time down by 60%. So you're in the right place. Let's open the deal room now and get into today's opportunity. Some things. Let's see. We got Cicely in here. We got Blake in here. Trevor, I see Trevor. I want to give some people some ideas and tips. Like we were in
Tracy's
the,
here.
huh?
Tracy's here.
Tracy, how you doing, Tracy? How's everything at home?
She's going to come on. She declined being a panelist, but
Okay. Well, we've got a lot of prayers out for Tracy with tornadoes and health issues in the air.
sure.
We pray for Tracy to
She's joining. She's coming. She'll be here in a sec.
everything goes good for her. It's
We can be with her in whatever way. Oh, honey.
the storms we've seen on TikTok were crazy. I know that. So anyway, so I've got some information up here on the board, but we've got a meeting with a builder today. We're going to talk to. We got the general contractor's license. Roman and I got that problem solved. Many of you may know I've had a general contractor's license for over 6 years, and back in April of last year, I ran into a situation where the partner I had at that time basically took all the money and ran, right? And just how things happen. So I took about a $5 million loss, $500,000 in actual cash, but we had about $5 million in gross revenue for that year. And it just shit tanked overnight and really had a lot of issues. But last week, I don't know if it was Thursday, Friday, my partner Roman and I finally achieved the ability to get another license. Friday. We got our new license number, so we're officially back in business with our license and we're rocking and rolling. But what it did was it sparked a lot of, because we've had a lot of jobs in the pipeline, and that's why I talk about pipeline to people. Some people call it building the plane before you. I don't fly, so I have a hard time understanding that analogy, because to me, like, I'm not even getting in a plane that's perfectly built. Why the hell would I build one while I'm trying to fly it? Next thing, so for me, it's called a pipeline. I like to build the pipeline and then fill it, and then fill that pipeline so it just continues to spout over at the other end, just shoot deals out the other side. And we're getting to that point with this group here in Landshark. Is that what I'm noticing is that I'm ready to create this funnel. I was talking with Trevor a little bit about it over the weekend. He responded to a deal that I set out there, but basically I get deals all day long. Like, this is where it started for me 6 years ago. I put my name on a list on a Facebook group, and now I get 250 deals a day sent to me. Like, it's not from one person. I literally have 27 wholesalers and fix and flippers that send me stuff every single day. I can go through and pull 10 deals. This is why I built Deal Hunter, was so that I could just dump the deals straight into the funnel, right? And then let it figure it out. Let it just figure it out and tell me which ones were good. So over the weekend, I did some things that I haven't done in a long time, because I've been using Deal Hunter. But I went on auction.com. So it was an accidental rabbit hole. And off I went. I was off to the races, because what I found was in Chicago, because Amor was telling me about needing a large building to put anywhere between 5 and 15 beds for these sober living group homes. And I'm like, hell yeah, let's go. I just a little bit of looking, and boom, I landed in this pipeline of multifamily deals, right? And I'm like, well, I screenshotted every one of them. I can push them all through Deal Hunter to start getting stuff from that to see what it goes through and does. And so then that's when it dawned on me, like, I know how to do all this. I need to teach other people these little secret spots that I know about, because all they know about right now is Deal Hunter, right? So I wanted to kind of go into that. Auction.com, billyland.com. These are things. So if we go on Deal Hunter, I want to get Deal Hunter to tell us where we can source deals the old fashioned way, right? Because what are we doing? We're just trusting Deal Hunter to bring us deals, right?
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, what if we wanted to actually get a little bit more precise about it? And then to speak on that with all these deals, like we're doing a lot of the sourcing of this to fund it ourselves. But one of the things that I'm leaving off the table is teaching people how to dispo. And we've got a dispo expert in here right now, Cicely, right? She'd be able to get properties listed and sold as we get them and come up with them. And this is how I came across it. Because what had happened was, right, my famous ER phrase, what had happened was I got a text message from a wholesaler trying to sell me a property for $300,000 and said the ARV was 450. Now that's not even something I would typically look at. If ARV is 450, I need to buy it for under 200. That's how I look at it. I want to buy it for under 200 so I can make more money with it. So when I went to go look at the deal, I was like, all right, let me just run it for the heck of it. One thing I discovered was this thing is on the auction block. The guy doesn't even have a contract on it. This is a wholesaler who's stepping outside the box of wholesaling and saying, instead of me getting a contract on it, I'm going to try to find somebody else that'll put an offer on it. I'll hold that offer. I'll go buy it at auction and come back and make my money that way. And that's when the light bulb went off in my brain. I went, oh my goodness, this guy's like doing something a little outside the box. Is it legal? Nope. Like you can't sell property you don't have legal title to or that you don't have legal right to. This is why a wholesale contract is important, because that contract is what you're selling. You're not selling the house. You're selling a deal to the house. And what this guy's doing is he has access to this house through the auction. And what he's trying to do is he's trying to pre-qualify a buyer for it before he goes to the auction, right? And so why this clicked in my head was because I used to go to auctions all the time. I still do. I go to auctions all the time. And what I usually end up buying is 20% of the stuff I buy is for me. 80% of it's for somebody else who I know wants something, right? I bought a boat at the auction because I knew that my cousin or brother or friend down the road wanted a boat. And if I could get it for $2,000, take it home, give it a bath and hand it to them for $4,000, they'd never ask me where I got it from, right? And so I could go out and do that pretty easily and be accomplished at doing it without any issues, right? And so this is what it dawned on me in what we're doing. I want to start having like a deal room. Literally, like that's all we do. We give people 3 minutes to pitch. They come in with their deals and put them up and they do them. Because again, like I'm almost certain that with the energy behind deals that we've seen, like people enjoy the motivational speeches. Don't get me wrong. People love the educational, here's what you do. Here's the secret places to go and hide. Or find hiding spots or whatever. People love those things too, but I really think people want to get into doing deals. They want to say, hey, I got a deal here, like Katya. She's not in here, but we signed NDA, we got information, and we learned that Katya's deal has 2 paths, right? And so once we discover that path, Katya can then come in and pitch this to our high net worth investors, or we can create the content to get it in front of high net worth investors, right? And this is where Trevor comes in. Trevor's going to help us get these marketing deals put together that Cicely can then put out to the MLS, which then we can put out to all these different places for us to advertise on. Because like again, we've already paid for the path of progress with this through Titan 23. Titan 23 gives us the ability to legally raise equity on properties, debt on properties, right? And we can help create this ecosystem through deal flow and building that pipeline. So auction.com was one of them that I wanted to mention to people. The other one that I wanted to tell people was the DOT websites in any state: Florida DOT, Arizona DOT, Oklahoma DOT, California DOT. All these DOT websites actually have property on them. So you go to Deal Hunter, you can tell Deal Hunter, go here and look for property. Do you have Deal Hunter open over there by chance? Go ahead and let me prompt it real quick. Go ahead and transfer back over here. Let me disconnect, reconnect, and then I can see what we're looking at here.
It's up.
All right, so go ahead and start a new conversation. This is what we're working on.
Let me go to Deal Hunter.
Yeah, go into Deal Hunter. Working with investors this morning, we are wanting to understand where some good places are to find off-market properties, such as auctions.com or the Department of Transportation websites or government websites, tell us where we can find listings of government-owned real estate, bank-owned real estate. Do a really big deep dive into this and come back with some details that we can all use and share. And so this prompt, like you can copy this prompt and bring it over to your own deal hunter and let it do it from where you're at. And that way, whatever list mine gives, we can continue to add to that through the power of continuing to ask it to do things and dig deep and find places, right? With the contacts that are in Cicily's computer and Cicily's hard drive being different than Trevor's, being different than Tracy's, being different than mine, if we ask it the same question, it's going to return similar results, not the exact same. And the reason is because it's going to source what it's getting the information from. My hard drive, your hard drive, their algorithms. So USA.gov, it's a government real estate website. Go ahead and scroll through that. It's a good place to find homes, land, farm, commercial property, all kinds of stuff right there.
Well, and you can get put on their list so that they'll email you.
Email it to you, right? And then you have the realestatesales.gov website. Anything that ends in .gov can be, to me, is a pretty legitimate source. So click on that source right there, if you don't mind.
I didn't see which one you.
It says realestatesales.gov right there. And by the way, we're out on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok and all the places right now. So go click on that stuff, share it, and send it. So if you scroll down a little bit on here, we can take a look at it.
Somebody can go see if we're on TikTok. It says we are. I can't see from my side.
Go ahead, go down.
I'll look on TikTok.
Thank you.
So here we go right here. Look, we've got the former Jordan Lake Air Force Space Surveillance Station in Titus, Alabama. That's got a current bid of $87,000 on it right now.
You are live on TikTok.
Stay up there. We've got this depot, the depot at Somerville in Somerville, New Jersey. You can see the rail line going through there. That's pretty cool. And if you're like, well, what would you buy that for? Redevelopment. Like if we can buy it and redevelop it, that's the point. And then we've got this is a giant municipal building right in the middle of Vermont, right? And that thing could be like, there's a church on one side, looks like a school on the other. That thing could be gutted and made into multifamily, as long as there was room for it. Click on the now bidding one right quick, and let's just see what it offers as far as information. So it shows pictures of it, and it has the info here. It looks like it was part of the Air Force Space Surveillance Station. I have no idea, but it's got what they call infrastructure on it. These are known as infrastructure, right? These are big buildings, look like block. They got set up in there for what would be like probably a kitchen, yeah, and stuff like that. So it shows here. Let's see what it says down here. It says the property contains 8.59 acres and is improved with a 3,000 square foot building, 800 square foot maintenance, 165 square foot shed, 64 square foot storm shelter, and 1,000 square foot horizontal antenna. 1,000 foot horizontal antenna, not vertical, horizontal. I don't know. I've never seen 1,000 foot horizontal. I think that's what that weird structure was laying the way it was. Surrounding the property are lands used for agricultural, rural, residential purposes. So this being an ex-government place, like, this was where like government activity happened. So you got to worry about a lot of things there. But 9 acres for $89,000. That's only like 10 grand an acre. That ain't bad. That ain't bad. Let's go back and see what Deal Hunter said. Deal Hunter said you can go there and do that kind of stuff. There looks like there's some pretty good stuff there. You can search by it gives you tactics. It says where to look, go here, and then search tactics, do this, right? And that's how to source it. Right, because we're teaching people how to source this stuff, but on the flip side, we're also teaching people how to sell it, right? Because this is where they're selling it from. So when I went to auctions.com, we could actually buy property. Ready for this? We buy a big piece of property, we get it for $10,000 an acre. We turn around and auction it off for $20,000 an acre by splitting it up and auctioning it. Right? Anyway, HUD Home Store. Right, this is another website, government owned, HUD.gov. Right. And so it tells you where to look. You can go in HUDhomestore.gov, and what it is these are places. If you click on that one right there, that's going to HUD.gov. But if you select that one right there, see where that one goes, what you're going to be getting is houses that were HUD approved and on HUD that are now needing an owner because somebody abandoned them. Right. So it's a map of where to start looking, right? These are all the listings. Let's go to Arizona. We know the area pretty good. So these are houses that are open, bids are opening right here. So 600,000. These are down in Maricopa. These got crazy prices. Go over here, click on this map real quick. I want to see what the map shows right here in Buckeye. See that Buckeye one right there? Do you see the Buckeye one right there? Yeah. Okay. So this is in what's called Buckeye, Arizona. It's a 5-bed, 2-bath, and it's up for it's a new listing. Bidding starts tomorrow, and it's at 360,000. So I can understand this property. I know the area. So when I look at this property, if you want to click that, we can look at it. And so this being $360,000, it's basically been turned into an auction situation. Oh, it gives you some details, property details. That's cool,
They're even listing out if it's opportunity zone or not.
right? And the historic district, airport zone, like all this stuff. That's cool. So it gives you access to the asset managers, the listing brokers, the field service managers. That's pretty cool. So head back over to Deal Hunter. So then you got HUD multifamily and FHA property sales down there. That's the next one. It says there that you can do basically from the same website, look for distressed properties and loan opportunities, right? So it says right here, these can be paperwork heavy and cash heavy. So have proof of funds and legal review ready, right? So then you got the USDA and the FSA. So because this is what's called REO, real estate owned. That's usually bank real estate owned. So you click on this link right here, it'll take you straight over to something. Properties for sale, it gives you the details right there.
Single family, multifamily, farm and ranch.
Let's click on the farm and ranch. So you got them all colored by different things. There you go. Click the AZ. You can go here and click whatever area you live in. Click. Did you click it?
Yeah, it's not doing anything.
Maybe we
You
gotta
gotta
go over there.
choose.
Okay, so these are
Oh.
only the states that you got land in. Puerto Rico got a lot of them. Click on go back to multifamily housing and then go to state and see what state lights up then. Only Illinois. Go to single family housing. So if this is a government website, right, where they only have literally for farm and ranch, there was only 12 listings. So right here we got 2, 4, 9, 13, 14, 15 right there for the single family. So that's literally all that's on the market right now.
Mhm.
There's your market. This is a lesson in market. Let's go look at what they got in Kentucky. There's 2 of them in Kentucky. Just hit the search button. So these are 2 foreclosures. Oh, that looks like a pretty cool little house. I like the roof on it. So let's click on it. I like the roof on it. That's all I like. An open house will not be held. Property may be made available for viewing on case-by-case basis. Appointment only. The sale is held at the courthouse. Estimated value is $50K. So they've got a government bid on it right now for $33,000. So it says that it's got a livable area of 2,100 square foot, 4 beds, 4 rooms, 2 bed, 1 bath, and it's 43 years old on a septic. So sold as is, all the good stuff. Get one picture of it. So, and that was probably on the best day it ever had, right? So go back to our list over there. No, we can go back to GPT. So then you got down here, you got the seized real property auctions, right? This is the U.S. Treasury Department, and where they get their property is by illegal activities, right? You got them and the U.S. Marshals right there, asset for forfeiture. So if you click there,
Or I didn't see where.
at the link. So this is a trusted site based on it saying .gov, but you still got to jump through a bunch of hoops to get through it. If you actually wanted to understand how to do this better, my suggestion would be to copy the website and take it back to GPT and tell it to give you all the steps and give you a guide, build you a guide, right? That's the beautiful thing about GPT. Most people forget is that it's made to do the things that we don't understand. Like I don't understand how to come up with IRR mathematically, but if I say, ChatGPT, ask me questions so you can calculate IRR. It'll ask me the questions. I give it the answers. It turns around and says, here's your IRR. That's why ChatGPT to me is so valuable because it can do the things I don't know how to do if I ask
Or
it to.
fixing pumps or sprinkler systems.
Right? Lady Catherine this weekend, I'm going to go full brag. I'm a handy guy. I like working on stuff, but there's certain things I don't like to mess with. And one of those things is plumbing and the other one is electric. I don't like plumbing and I don't like electric and I don't play with either one ever. And a sprinkler system for your outdoor sprinklers are both. It's electric and plumbing, and I have 2 middle fingers for both of those. So Catherine says, okay, Yoda, because that's her GPT. Okay, Yoda, let's fix the sprinkler system. Here's pictures of it, blah, blah, blah. And boom. By the end of the day, we got a sprinkler system fixed that we want. Literally, the sprinkler guy wanted like $1,200 to fix. Catherine fixed it without any tools, right? Just
Yeah, just going back and
beep, 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 beep.
I love it.
Boom,
Awesome.
done. With Yoda, got it fixed. And I have no problem saying, oh, hell no, that ain't for me. All right, so click here for all list of all auctions. Let's see what that says real quick. And so these are all the auctions. One of these started on the 24th right here, but you can see the difference between what we were looking at and this here. This is again something that was probably involved in a high crime or misdemeanor. So, but it's a 4-bed, 3-bath. It's on 9.5 acres. It's 4,500 square feet. Like it's got all the crazy stuff to it, right? This is in, it says Medina County. I don't even know where Medina County is. I'm assuming somewhere. Oh, it's Ohio. Okay. Looks pretty, look really nice. Starting bid, 170,000. So it's got in-ground pool, cabana, private pond, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Anybody want a big ass house in Ohio? No?
Too cold for me.
Again, I look at it and I see it as a place to just go to once in a while. So for me, that's all that would be good for. Go back and let's check out some more stuff. This is a big vacant piece of land in Kansas City, 58 acres. Now, see, this is where my brain goes, ooh, let me see what that is, right? Because I instantly turn into a pot dealer from high school. I got a pound of weed. I can split it up, 24 ways. Make me a lot of money. I ain't gonna smoke it. I just sell it. So, and that's what I see here with $200,000. You can get 60 acres, no title insurance. So you're getting a good look, but it's a hard corner, right? And so these are things I look at. It's a hard corner. There's already like some widening going on right there. See how far away that telephone pole is from the corner right there? That light, see how far away that is? They're going to be putting more road right there next to that. So that'll be widened out. That corner is going to move back even more. So
You can see like some sort of excavator or something.
yeah, they're already out there doing work on it. All the electric lines were moved back away from the corner. You see how it comes down like this and it widens out right there? That road's going to go bloop out like that. So that area right there is what's for sale. See if they got more pictures. Back out real quick. No more pictures.
Photo gallery. Hold on.
Probably one. No, a whole bunch. Excuse me. So clicking. This is like looking at the property from the, again, on the other side of the tree line is where all the action's at, right? It's flat land, open, a little pond right there. It's where you're going to put your retention pond already. Already see that. It's got some trees on it. Probably the trees could be what ends up happening with those trees. You don't go out there and bulldoze them. You sell them. You sell them and get people to come in and buy the wood on them. Anyway, again, like
It's in a flood zone, so you got to be aware of that too, right?
right. It says right there that it's on a flood zone AE and an X. And so an X flood zone means that it's over 100 years. AE means that it's within 100. So, but you're going to get that when you talk to ChatGPT. Let's go look at one more site. And it's calling this agricultural land too. So we need to, look at how we get subdivided. Go down. Let's look at May auctions. These are the ones coming up. Oop, not too fast. Right there. This is in New Jersey, 7-bed. This is something that a more like one. This is again, I already know somebody who might want it, right? So I'm going to be like, who can I go after? A more needs to know this house, right? It's R10 family residential. We can do something with it. It's got 7,000 square foot, right? So we can.
That's a nice size house.
There she
There
is.
she is. I've been shopping for you, girl. Where you been? So starting at $410,000. It's got a lot of potential to it. Pretty yard, pretty house, pretty
That is
inside.
pretty.
7,100 square foot.
Wow.
So again, this was probably some drug lord's house. That's okay. Sober living would work good there.
That's what I was about to say. Sober living would be good there too.
Right.
Even an assisted, well, no, assistant wouldn't because there's no elevator, but yeah, sober living definitely
What the hell? Oh.
beautiful.
Yeah, it ain't bad. It's definitely a $2 or $3 million home. It's an indoor pool right there.
Wow.
I know. I built houses like that 30 years ago, 40 years ago in Chicago area. So it says here, look, the home was under renovation and will be sold at its current unfinished condition. So they weren't renovating. Well, they probably were and then just said, fuck it, walked away.
Yeah, too much. Yeah.
Go back. to the list. So we got rural land in Oregon. We got residential land in Punta Gorda, right? That's a big lot. So if somebody wants to jump on that one's in Charlotte County. I know you guys are in that area right there. We got a New York deal townhouse right there. We got a duplex, meh, not too much. Single family, maybe no. We got land in Colorado. I get sketchy about that. Arkansas. It depends. If it's by the hospital, that's a good thing. This one is a condo in Miami. Another one in Miami. You want to see some crazy? Go look at the details on that. I want to see what the starting bid on that one is.
Which one?
This one right here, this balcony. Look at starting bid is 200,000. So if you look at the pictures of it, they probably got maybe some interior
Wow.
pictures. Keep going. So yeah, that's from your sky deck. I don't get impressed by that stuff, but other people do. So, and then these are June auctions. We got residential land in North Carolina, Louisiana, single family house. And so sometimes you can go poach these. That's what it's called. You can poach these off of the auction site before they get sold. Kind of like a buy now button. So wooded lot in Washington. There you go, Laura.
Yeah.
Snoqualmie Valley.
Washington.
Carnation, Washington, or where the hell that is.
Land with dwelling 9.7.
Vashon, those two are on Vashon Island.
What about King County? Where's that at?
King County is Seattle. That's all Seattle and the Vashon and the San Juans. It's all King County.
Miramar, Florida. I don't
This
know
looks
about
like-
the condos.
yeah, no.
Oregon. We might have people that like condos. So, here you go. 12,000 square foot estate home. Let's go look at that stuff.
There you go. In Jersey.
In Jersey.
Jersey.
No details yet.
No, not
Nothing yet. But it's on 3.5 acres, 12,000 square foot house. Looks pretty modern.
5 bedrooms. That's big for 5 bedrooms.
Well, when they're that big, usually the bedrooms are 1,200 square foot apiece
Yeah.
or 800 square foot apiece. So.
It's Reservoir and Mountain Views in Jersey.
Right. I know a guy that can find that house on Google. He's got a way to do that. See if you can do it. Click on that and see if we can find it on Google or on ChatGPT, not on Google.
not letting me click anything.
Like do
Well-
the.
Oh, this right here.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, we got the address. We don't need to be fancy about it. Let's try to be cohort. We don't have to. We can just right there. Ping. Look at that. You're up in the Catskills right there, baby. That's like the Catskills or something. That's what
Oh, they're saying Mountain Views.
right. You're stuck up in the
Franklin
woods.
Lakes.
Stuck up, literally. Is that it? No, that's we're
This
trying
this
to
is
find.
the house, but it's like you can't.
Well, no,
There it is. There.
it's saying that's what you're looking at. You're trying to find 21. So 14 Shinecock is where you're at. Turn around. Like spin the other way around. Go down that way. What is that one? That's 13. What does that say right there? I think that says 13. Go down to that driveway down there.
Pretty neighborhood.
Yeah, I think this is where this is probably where Anthony Soprano lived. You know Tony Soprano from The Sopranos.
I don't know him personally.
So it says 21 right there.
Right.
But when the street view, the house is too far in.
Way in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not gonna be able to see anything.
No, so that's what's the price tag on that one? Was that one a $200,000?
I don't think it had anything.
Oh, it's too soon to tell, is what it was.
Yeah. The tennis court next door.
Yeah, I would become pickleball real fast.
Right?
So, but coming soon.
Indoor
that's-
pool. It has an indoor pool. The
Yeah.
neighbor has an outdoor pool. They're like, meh, we got an
Yeah.
indoor pool.
Yeah, you're not that cool. So, but this is in Joyzy. We got
Joyzy.
everybody in Joyzy. We know where to go. Anyway, back to the Deal Hunter. So, are you guys getting the idea like how this works? Like, it's not just go on Deal Hunter and try to find stuff. Like, you can go on all these other websites and then start your search from that website, right? We've got the Fannie Mae Home Path website. Go click on that. That one will show you a lot of stuff right there. I don't know how this ain't it. Right there. Home Path. Okay. So yeah, you come in here and you can tell ChatGPT, go search Home Path's website for new houses. Go search it for this area. Go search it for this. Go search, right?
Short sales.
You can do short sales. You can do home search. Just click on search homes right there. Click that. So it shows you on the map what you got going on. We got 9 right there. What's that 9? Click 9 right there.
Is Washington. Oh.
So these are where you got houses out here. Vacant lot right there in Florence. What's that one? That's in Miami, Florida, or Arizona. I mean, there's 10 right there. Click that 10 right there. Oh, ooh, what was that? Go back. Well, you just had me all Flustered. Go right there. No, right there. It was a big vacant piece of land. But go right,
There it
right
is.
there. It is. Click that one. That's in Scottsdale.
On the side of a mountain.
Side of the mountain, baby.
What the hell are you gonna do with
Oh,
that?
I'll show you what to do with that. Scroll down.
Inner Tubing Park. Build your custom dream home on a private hillside.
I can guarantee it doesn't have dirty dirt on it. All
That's
right.
what it says.
I
A
guarantee.
rare opportunity to build your custom dream home on private hillside. Oh my god.
So it's 217,364 square feet,
Mm.
which at that point is about 5 acres, 6 acres. Hold on a second. Good morning.
Low mountain.
Run that deal. Yes, this time.
That is funny.
Good, Patrick. How are you?
There's an address there. You get the address and run the deal.
Yeah, we're looking at that, Patrick. I just haven't had an opportunity to dive into it. But I will have a chance later this afternoon or tomorrow to get into it with my partner, and we'll give you a call back.
Anything else from me, or you got everything I sent over?
No, I think everything works, man. Like you come highly regarded and well represented. So definitely, interested in getting into that.
All right. Should I reach back out maybe Wednesday just to make sure I'm not missing anything?
Yeah, I'd like to get on the schedule to do that. So if you want, let me send you my calendar, and we can get a date, a time set up, and we can go over it on Zoom and see what direction to run.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All right. Bye-bye. So 5 acres of hillside land. It's set up to be about $2.99 a square foot, which for that area is not a bad price. Let's just copy the link and go look at it on the map real quick so that because to me it's better to understand like where we're physically looking at, and so people can get an idea like how close this is to the airport, everything else. And again, this is what gets my blood pumping. This is what's on my investor survey. Yep, as an investor survey, that's exactly, this is what I'm talking about. Like, and the reason why is, do you know how many people in the state of Arizona can build on the side of the hill like that? Less than a handful. Like there's less than 10 people in the state that do this kind of development. So where it's located is like, see where it says Carino Canyon Homes?
Yeah.
Let's go look at that. Go look at that website.
So just to give you an idea, my house is literally like right here. Like it's right down the street from us.
Okay, I want to show what these homes look like in this area. Let's go right.
Like zoom in.
No, because it's a whole subdivision. So yeah, I mean you can probably zoom in, but I thought they might have a website over here.
There's no website.
Anyway, these houses in here are pretty expensive, but you can see that part of the development encompasses this part of the hill, part of the mountain, and everybody's building along the side here. So what we really need to do is verify and check to make sure that we could even build on the mountain. There might be a restriction of building on the side of the mountain, but we would come in this road right here and we'd build up inside the mountain, and I would have a mountainside construction. It's
You'd
called,
be the king of the castle.
well, it's called slope building, and so we slope build a lot up in the Midwest because you have hills everywhere up in the Midwest.
Right.
And in order to build in the slope, you just go to the slope, you excavate out what you want, put the house in, and build from there. That's how we end up with walkout basement. And so we can have a 2-story in the front, a 4-story in the back. And people are like, oh my God, because when you go around back, you're on the back of a slope. I've got not only a walkout basement, but then there's another one that's underneath that. And it looks like a 4-story house from the behind. So that's why I get excited about looking at those types of things. Let's go look again at the details over on Deal Hunter. So we ran that deal. We ran it.
That's kind of like the Light Arcadia subdivisions, right? Where they have all those big, huge basements.
So custom home built there makes a lot of sense. It just makes a lot of sense there. Sale values are between 2.5 and 3.5 million, depending on, views and all that. So looking at it land wise, we're at 3.5 to 5. So the verdict is spec build only works if the value is clearly above 4 million and the buyer, or you buy the land lower, right? And then we could probably split it into 2 lots. That's another way to go about it. Keep going. This was on the auction site though, right? So on the auction site, if their minimum bid was 650, you could end up going higher than that. It could. So, but on the auction site, you'd have to have all that money anyway. Let's go back to the off-market property sourcing deal right there. Take a look at that. Katia. So yeah, you see here, this is what we were looking at. So based on that road coming in, right? We'd have to build on that side of the mountain. We could literally build about halfway up. We could subdivide it this way, or we could subdivide it this way. You can subdivide it right this way and put him up here and put this one down here. Like there's two ways to go around that.
This might
I
be
got
a
a lot of
silly
stuff.
question, but does it mean that the other land on the mountain is owned by somebody else?
Possibly, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
for sure. So go back to Deal Hunter because I want to pull up Katya's deal and show her. This is very relative to what we're doing with Katya's. So go down over here, and I think it was the coastal redevelopment option. Yeah, opportunity.
I also got answers back from the broker this morning. I asked some questions.
All right, so this is what I looked at. This is where we were at. The entitlement confirmation needs to be that we need to confirm that we can still do 173 units there, or we get out of that 173 units and go over to doing 18 to 21 luxury estate homes.
So am I allowed to, at this state, call the city and start asking questions?
We could, yeah, we could. Because what did you find out? What did you encounter or understand when you talked to the broker?
So I received all the due diligence packages, and I put that all into that same ChatGPT chat. And then I asked the broker about, would you rather I share my screen or just read it out loud?
You share your screen.
I'll stop sharing so you can see yours.
Good. How are you? Morning, sir. Good, buddy. Good to see you. How was your trip home?
Just a sec, our next appointment just showed up.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Good morning.
Morning. How you doing?
Just wrapping up this.
Okay. Yeah.
So go ahead, finish up. Yeah.
Okay, so I asked-
You know.
I asked these questions. Has any land use council, planner, or city coast contact provided written guidance? Do you have any current geotechnical slope, landslide, stabilization, or remediation summaries? Can you clarify the current status of the 2020 pending court action? Pendants?
Those pendants, yeah.
Is there a clean seller side summary of any active resident claims? Beyond the preliminary title report, is there a practical summary? And then has the seller team prepared any realistic yield study, highest and best use analysis? So this is what he responded with. So no written land use or coastal guidance exists. Our understanding is that rebuilding the park would require offering former residents the right to return at stepped up market rents. A 2024 geotechnical progress report is available under the disclosures in the folder in the deal room. There is acknowledged slope stabilization work needed on the upper portion of the site, but a full scope and cost estimate have not been prepared. The seller will indemnify the buyer against all current and pending legal disputes. Did he misspell that, or is that a real estate word?
Which one?
Lessees?
Let's
Leases.
Leases? What does that mean?
people who were leasing.
Renting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Leasing.
Yeah.
I've never seen it like that. Leasees were notified in early 2025 that their lease would be terminated due to the natural disaster and that any rebuild plans were uncertain. The preliminary title report is the best available summary of easements and exceptions on file. No yield study or best use analysis has been prepared. Feasibility for any end product is intended to be within the buyer's due diligence scope given the complexity of the site.
All right, yeah, and that makes sense. So, I mean, moving forward, I think what we would need to do is, I want to understand more about this Les Pendus 2020 thing. Is
Okay.
that actually cleared up or is that still pending? And then, yeah, I would also need to see if they have a current survey, right? We want to have an entire survey of the site so that we can understand what the scope of the dirt work is going to need to be done there.
Okay.
Right. So, and then the other side of that is if it already has an RE40 zoning, which again means that it's 18 to 21 units. If we built $20 million homes there on the side of the hill, we're going to have to do soil remediation anyway at $20 million times 18, do the math. You know, we're well up into the $300 million range. And again, I feel like we're good there.
Okay.
You know, so yeah, that's where I think we need to move now is to get, if it's in your due diligence report, maybe you and I need to set up a call for later today or tomorrow We'll go through the due diligence folder together and see what we got.
Okay, there's a lot here. Let me see if I can find it. There's a lot in the folder. Give me one. Yeah, so I still hold on. Sorry. Okay,
No pressure,
so
yeah.
there's all these documents and all these files.
Okay, all right, yeah, and then just start running every one of those through Deal Hunter to analyze them and get us a report at the end of what everything was,
Okay.
and we'll go from there. It looks, see that private, go back down. Where was it? Private demo proposal. It's go down all the way at the bottom. Private demo proposal, right there. Keep going down.
This
Right
one?
there. What is that? I was betting 4 million. Where are we at? Go all the way down to where we're at. 33 million. Where are they?
33,000 says right here. Final payment 234,000.
They only want 470,000 to do the demo out there. We gotta research.
470, yeah, almost
Yeah,
500,000.
like,
Looks like.
what are they doing? Just demo on one place or what? We'd have to figure that out because that doesn't make sense.
Oh,
19
sorry. We propose a sum of
Yeah,
470,000.
500, like about 500,000. Another
Yeah, but
one.
is that for one place or is that for the whole place? There's 19 acres, 173 sites.
You have to
that's what I'm
scroll up a
wondering.
little bit to see
Scroll
what
back up.
that-
Yeah, total cost.
Because there's two ways they could do this. This could be a bullshit one where they're like, oh, it's only $400,000 to do anything. Keep going up.
Soils in there, trees, vegetation, concrete foundations, slab removal. That's the most expensive. No, debris and ash
So
removal.
it says right there, debris removal, approximately 234,317 square feet of debris removal for $202,000. I'm calling bullshit. 560 tons of material for $193,000. Like, again, I'm having a hard time believing this. So this has to go through free estimates and say, is this valid?
Okay.
Right? Because if this ain't valid, what they're doing is they're putting this out there as, oh, it's only going to cost $500,000 to clean up 19 acres when it's more like $5 million.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so they're trying to justify. And then we get out there and we go to hire this guy, and this guy doesn't even freaking exist.
I know the owner of this park, Biggs Fairfield. I know them.
You know,
Oh,
Perfect.
Biggs, yeah.
that is
Let's
perfect.
go.
It
Let's
just-
go.
No, they're
Okay.
they're crooked for sure. Oh my gosh, I just saw
Crooked?
the-
Is that what you
Said they're
said?
cricket.
All right.
Yes, I just saw the street address. I live in the next city and I saw Biggs and he's a big time owner. They own multiple mobile
Oh,
home
yeah,
parks.
it's Los Angeles.
Yeah, this is
All right.
okay.
So let's do this. Let's make a plan to talk on this later. Let's wrap it up for today and get a meeting set for tomorrow or next. See how far we can run this up the ladder. And so good job, Katya. Again, dirty dirt expert. Rocking
That
it.
was not in my investor survey. So
Guess
maybe you
what?
should.
Guess what? If the shoe fits, jump in it, Cinderella.
That's a niche market for sure, Katya. You could
Right.
take on.
Dirty dirt, Katya. Leave the
Dirty
D
dirt
out.
girl.
No, we're not going to call her that.
We're gonna call her something. We'll find a better one.
We
Dirty
need a
dirt
better
queen.
word.
Dirty dirt
The
diva.
dirty dirt queen.
Katya dirt, like
Dirty
dirt,
deeds.
cat,
done
like dirt.
dirty.
Katya
Yeah, I like
dirt.
that. Let me worry about the marketing, okay?
I have
Right.
I
Anyway.
have the owner of that park that's there. I have their phone number. I spoke to them. My broker was going to have a meeting with them like a couple months ago.
Let's
Cicely,
get this
I'll
done.
text you right after this call and then we
Let's
can.
get this done. You
catch
guys
up.
get on it. Trevor, I'll talk with you later on as well. We got some things that we want to catch up on. Anyway, I'm going to wrap it up with a prayer, everyone. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the blessing of this day, the blessing to come together in your world and do all the things that you wish us to do. It is through your grace of your Son that we ask that you give us all the power to do so. In your name we pray. Amen.
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 All right. So
Thanks, guys.
hold on. Wait, I didn't see this over here. Blake said something about Zipline Adventure
Zipline
Park.
Adventure Park.
What are you doing, Blake?
I think he was talking about the.
No, I was talking about the
That thing
hillside
down
property.
the side.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I got you. Yeah. Trevor's got that. Me, Blake, and Trevor will get on the call for that. So. And then we got the Land Shark. We got the Land Shark, or Wealthwise Women is tomorrow
Yeah.
at 9 a.m. Okay,
Yeah.
so no podcast tomorrow. Everyone register to get on the webinar tomorrow at 9 a.m. We're going to be on the Wealthwise Women webinar hosted by Catherine and Amor and Tracy, if she's available. The three of them are going to talk about what the importance of is when it comes to women being in charge of their investments of their family. Like the man's out making the money, the woman needs to be at home learning how to spend it. So,
Invest it and grow it.
right, exactly. So, you want your nails done? Go buy a nail salon. You want to buy purses? Go get a bag shop. Figure it out. That's how we do it. So, see everybody tomorrow at 9 a.m. And those of you that I need to catch up with, let's ping my calendar and get on it. I'll talk to you guys later.
Permits.
Bye, guys.
Fine.